Breaking news! Things are heating up behind the scenes with the New England Patriots, and we will probably have to deal with some changes before the season kicks off. Elliott Wolf is working day and night to get this team organized, and with him in charge, I feel much more at ease. There's confidence about the Super Bowl, and that's great, but Mike Vrabel's squad needs to work hard to get there again. Man, honestly, I believe we're capable. We have outstanding players and an incredible structure. I believe we're going to Super Bowl 60. If you believe it too, smash that like button. If possible, write this, "Go Pats." I believe this could spiral into something much bigger than anyone expected. What started as a quiet contract delay has now escalated into a full-blown standoff that could significantly impact the New England Patriots 2025 season. And at the center of this storm, running back Tavon Henderson, a second-round draft pick, the kind of player a team builds around, now finds himself at the heart of a contract standoff that threatens to leave a gaping hole in the Patriots' backfield as training camp looms just 5 days away. Let's be clear. This isn't just about Tavon Henderson. It's a league-wide problem, one that has been slowly simmering since June 27th. Back then, ESPN's Adam Schefter reported that only 2 out of 32 second-round picks had signed contracts, Cleveland's Carson Schwestinger and Houston's Jaden Higgins. Why? Because both had something almost unheard of for second-rounders, fully guaranteed contracts. The moment those deals were inked, they blew the doors wide open for everyone else in the second round to start asking, why not me? That includes Tavon Henderson, selected 38th overall. He watched the deals go down. He saw Higgins and Schwestinger get all the security in the world, and suddenly the baseline shifted. Agents across the league began pushing harder, players grew less patient, and now, here we are. Henderson, who's reportedly capped at $11.3 million, isn't worried about whether he gets paid. He will, but he wants it guaranteed. In a sport as brutal and unpredictable as football, that guaranteed money is the only safety net a player can count on. And it's no longer an isolated incident. Just 2 days ago, Chargers rookie Trey Harris became the first second-rounder to officially hold out. Picked 55th overall, Harris announced he won't report to training camp unless his contract is fully guaranteed. That moment may be the spark that lights a fire under the rest of the unsigned class. Because if pick 55 is holding out, what about picks 38, 33, 40? You better believe they're watching this unfold with intent. For the Patriots, this is a dangerous game. Henderson was a highly coveted prospect, one they refused to trade away even when the Bears and Texans came knocking. That alone tells you how much they believe in his potential. With 1,000 rushing yards, 144 carries, 7.1 yards per catch, 27 receptions, 284 receiving yards, and perhaps most impressively, 0 fumbles and 11 touchdowns, this is a player built for the Patriots offense. He's versatile, disciplined, explosive. He's everything Bill Belichick once loved in a backfield weapon, and everything Elliott Wolf is banking on now. So what's holding things up? The Patriots' notorious frugality. They've long resisted the league's changing financial tides. The Patriot way is built on discipline, cap control, and a culture where players are expected to buy in without being overpaid. But the times are changing. When even mid to late second-round picks like Harris are standing firm, what happens when a top-tier pick like Henderson follows suit? And here's the twist that makes this situation even more complex. Henderson has been doing everything right. He showed up to OTAs. He was present for minicamp. He missed just one rookie minicamp session. He's posed for media day, taken all the right steps, clearly expecting that professionalism and patience will be rewarded. But now he's likely thinking, if they're not budging, maybe I shouldn't either. This sets the Patriots up for a pivotal moment. Will Elliott Wolf bite the bullet and make Tavon Henderson's contract fully guaranteed? Because if not, it's very possible the team heads into camp, just days away, with one of their most important rookies sidelined. And if that happens, not only does it disrupt the preseason, but it sends a message to future Patriots draftees. Don't expect flexibility here, even when the rest of the league is evolving. That's where the true danger lies. This isn't just about one player or one contract. This is about a team standing at the edge of a cultural shift in the NFL. If the Patriots stay stubborn and refuse to be the first team to bend, they might win the financial battle, but lose the war for player trust and locker room harmony. Tavon Henderson is more than a contract dispute. He's a critical part of the Patriots' 2025 offense. He's potentially RB1, even ahead of Rhamondre Stevenson. He has the tools to be a James White 2.0, maybe better, an elite, dual-threat backfield option who doesn't drop the football. And with the Patriots sitting on more than $60 million in cap space, there's really no excuse to delay this deal. So the question now becomes, will they make it happen before July 19th? Or will they roll the dice and hope Henderson folds first? That's what I want to hear from you, Pats Nation. Should the Patriots just pay the man? Is it time to adapt to the league's new standards and show faith in a player they clearly wanted all along? Or should they stand their ground, no matter the risk? Let me know what you think in the comments. Type Y if you believe Henderson deserves that fully guaranteed contract, or N if you think the team should hold firm. This could define not just training camp, but the entire season, and possibly much more. Let's talk about it, and as always, let's go Pats. Because here's the thing, this is about far more than just dollars on a contract. It's about setting a precedent the Patriots may never be able to walk back. If they decide to hold out on Tavon Henderson, they're making a statement to every future draft pick and every agent watching across the league. We won't be the ones to blink first. But if they do that, what happens when the Chargers or Broncos or any other team steps up and says, you know what, we'll guarantee the money? That one move could trigger a cascade of deals that leaves New England stuck in the past, grappling with the fallout as young players look elsewhere for an organization willing to adapt. And look, it's not as though Henderson is just another late-round flyer you can stash on the practice squad. This is a player who racked up over 1,000 rushing yards in college while averaging 7.1 yards per catch, numbers that scream immediate impact. When you consider his ball security, the versatility he brings catching passes out of the backfield, and his proven ability to score touchdowns in bunches, you start to realize exactly why the Patriots refused to trade that pick away. Remember, both the Bears and Texans called, hoping to pry him loose. The Patriots didn't just say no. They doubled down on Henderson as the future cornerstone of their offense. That's why this standstill feels so dangerous. You can't go out and tell the fan base and the locker room this kid is the next Kevin Polk or James White, your Swiss Army knife weapon, and then balk at the finish line over guarantees. Not when you've got $60 million in cap space. Not when the entire NFL is moving in the opposite direction. And certainly not when you're trying to establish a new identity in the post-Belichick era, with Elliott Wolf and Jerod Mayo determined to prove that the Patriot way can evolve while still winning games. And don't forget the timing. The rookies report in just 5 days. 5. That's it. 1 work week until the practice fields fill with media cameras, and every single question at every press conference will revolve around why Tavon Henderson isn't there. Why your top pick is at home instead of taking handoffs from your new quarterbacks. Why the Patriots, who have preached discipline and teamwork for decades, are suddenly on the wrong side of a rookie standoff. You could hear it in the voice of Brett Alper when he said, I'm starting to get concerned. He's not alone. Fans are nervous, coaches are nervous, and even the veterans in the locker room have to be wondering, if they won't take care of this kid, what happens to me when it's time for my extension? That's how quickly a contract dispute can fracture trust. Yet here's the most fascinating part of this whole saga. Up until now, Henderson has handled himself exactly the way you'd want a rookie to handle business. He attended OTAs. He reported from minicamp. He went through media day, took the pictures, made the appearances, did all the work. If there was ever a player you'd expect to simply accept a standard contract, it was him. But the NFL isn't the same league it was 5 years ago. When Jaden Higgins and Carson Schwestinger got their guarantees, they didn't just shift the market, they shifted expectations. Henderson has every reason